show is about empowering. We're about enhancing, and we're about educating our listeners. And we try to reach a broader audience with our message and with our themes and the things that we bring to the community, because we are not your ordinary radio show. We are not your ordinary radio show. You'll never hear another radio show like the Unleashed Voice. Now that I got that out the way, I always have to ask my son what's on his mind, because he stays hungry all the time.
Well, we're built on relationships. Our nonprofit is Relationship Unleashed, so we try to help people with healthy relationships. And so the issue has been coming around, and the question has come around, why is my life so messed up right now? Why am I having issues? And I did some research on that, and I came up with a word that they have coined by the name of the attachment bond. And that word is the term for the first interactive love relationship between two human beings. And that's normally the first type of love and relationship you have with your mother. And as an infant, that bond between that infant and his mother shapes the infant's brain. And it gives influence on the self-esteem, the expectations of others, and the ability to attract and maintain successful relationships. So, if our relationships are messed up, maybe we need to go back and ask questions about that attachment bond. What did our mother do? What did our mother not do to shape us for success or failure in life, in our relationships? What did our mother do to help us maintain that emotional balance? What did our mother do to help us be an overall good person? Because a lot of our issues stem back when we were, it come from us being a child and growing up, because we missed that attachment bond, and that's a big piece of our life. Go ahead, Mother Dearest.
Well, I don't want to just get one-dimensional. We have to throw the father in there also.
Okay.
So we have to say parent.
All right.
We won't exclude the father as far as these makeups and the whole personality scope. I mean, we could go on and on with this subject, and actually, if people are more interested in hearing more of this type of information, we would like you to go to www.relationshipunleashed.com and sign up for our workshop that's coming up on March the 28th. And we're going to cover, actually, I will be charged with teaching healing the inner child. Healing the inner child. Because if the child rules the adult, then you already know you're going to have a whole lot of problems when the little one is the one that's calling all the shots in the big person's life. So we're going to dive into that and explore why we have all these problems that we have in our relationships, and how things are formed and shaped, and also how to get rid of it, how to overcome it. Because when you have problems, all they are is just questions. Your problems are just questions, Davian. They're trying to ask something. There's something out there that needs to be answered. So in the exploration of the attachment child and that child, we're going to dive into that. And I love this. This is what I'm good at. I found my niche, and we're going to unleash some people from some things that have been tying them down in their life and prohibiting them from having healthy, functional relationships.
Okay. Well.
And you have a topic that you're going to also teach.
I have no idea what I'm teaching. What am I teaching?
You know what you're teaching. You gave me your class that you're teaching.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll be teaching the foundation of blues or something. I don't know. I bring my harmonica. I have no idea.
Well, we already know how that's going to end.
Absolutely. Well, I want to introduce our guest starting off. But before I do that, Clemens is still running for mayor. But our first guest is a man that I admire. He's been an influential figure in my life. He's a mentor. He didn't know that. He's a father. He's a husband. He's retired military. He's been on department over 20 years, the Memphis Police Department. And he's a fighter for equality and doing what's right. And I just love his personality. I love his spirit. I love his honesty. And I want to introduce you to some of the president of the MPA Association, Michael Williams. Woo!
Man, you are hype.
I'm crunk.
You are hype. right.
I'm crunk.
And trust me, all he had is a V8.
Jesus Christ. Don't give him nothing else. Don't give him anything else.
I am fired up.
I see.
Welcome to the show.
You teaching in the workshop. You teaching empowerment of the interview. That's what you teaching.
Oh,
You
man.
better get it together, brother.
He is an example of empowerment, though, actually. I've been watching him and just kind of working with him. He's one of those trailblazers. He dared to go where no other man dared to go. And he always dragging me with him.
Well, you know how
He always drags me with him.
you know every superhero think they need a partner, right?
Man, what?
You know, he like Spider-Man, in case you didn't know.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, actually. I was the one asking that, when you gonna have me on your show? Since I'll be listening to you some Saturday evenings after our show and after the labor agenda, and then here he come, all hyped like he about ready to jump out the window or something.
Well, you know what? Also, I want to thank you for coming on this show. This is a very controversial show. And you know, you have people who say they stand up for equality and inclusion, but they do it behind closed doors. Mm-hmm. You did it publicly, and I salute you. I salute you. You have gained all of my respect. You had 95% of it, but now you got that other 5.
I got the other 5
to make it 100. You have all of my respect. So thank your wife and the board and everybody else, and I want to thank you for coming on our show and supporting us in our 5th month on KWAM 990.
How could I not?
Yeah, we're station mates.
I'm saying, how could I not?
Sir, I've sent letters to people in the community, and I've got nothing back.
But that's people.
I understand.
Are those people truly for people, though? And that's the problem that we have in the city of Memphis. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody wants to be exclusionary, and they want to deal with what they want to deal with. There are a lot of things that need to be brought to light in this city. We want to talk behind closed doors about racism and sexism and all of those different issues. This is life, man, and you have to deal with what's actually going on. And a lot of people, you know, they always tell me, well, Mike, you always talk about the negative. I don't necessarily talk about the negative, but it's almost like an alcoholic. You have to admit that you have a problem before you can fix the problem or even deal with the problem. So I'm one of those ones. Let's deal with the problems.
Well, Brother Mike, you hold that thought. We're going to take a pause for the calls. And this is KWAM 990 Talk Radio. And this is the unleashed voice for the LGBT community. And we'll be right back with Michael Williams from the MPA Association. Mr. President!